where we're back at it again in another different setting. We're in a garage at the moment. Different setting every single day. We got a new mead for you guys, so hit that like button, comment section, and subscribe. We also have a new guest right here on the side. It is Ronnie. He's another part of the clan. You guys have also met Levi several times before. We call ourselves the Kilted Ones. We all wear kilts. We're all the same color. Yeah, that's about as simple as it gets. We're going to be drinking on a new mead that I've just seen. I don't know if you've seen it before.
I have had it before. It is delicious.
Odin, he loves it to death.
Odin's my god.
Of course.
This is a Nordic honey wine with sour apple juice, hops, and cinnamon added. So, for me, I've never heard of a sour apple being put into a mead. I've never tried one that has a sour apple, so I'm really excited about that. 19% alcohol. A little heavier for meads. Most of them range anywhere from that 10% to 20% range. A little bit heavier than your regular wine, but this is made through honey and most of your traditional flavors, like the apples are true. Everything goes in as a real fruit.
And this is a mead from Denmark. It is Danskmjød is the meadery, and almost all of their meads hit that 19% by volume, which is again a roughly 38 proof. Quite brilliant, always delectable, and will get you where you mean to go, which is, to be able to talk to the gods.
So this one also says on the back, Odin, one-eyed and long beard, often carrying a spear, might be one of the most complex characters in Norse mythology. This brew is intended to honor Odin's name, master of inspiration and fury. Made solely from 100% natural ingredients, served slightly chilled in a wine glass, or warm as mulled wine. Odin's skull ages well. There may be a yeast sediment in the bottom of the bottle. So we're going to toss it around a little bit here. We're going to be drinking out of regular solo cups.
Not me.
The old Levi here has his tankard, and that's what he's going to be drinking out of. Other than that, it is imported by the United International Incorporated into Oxford, Connecticut. So we'll pop it open. We'll start with
Satisfying sound.
Levi.
I've honestly never had a bad mead from this company.
I've never had one from the company.
Now what you're going to get out of this is a very cinnamon apple smell. It's quite delicious. And before we pour, I will pass this along to see the others' reactions.
I'm curious. Another good thing is they use ceramic bottles, is what we're here to train.
The bottles are made of ceramic. It is a very strengthened material, and they are hard fired, which means even if they drop, and I have seen them drop from 5 feet onto hard tile, they should be a-okay to still retain liquid. You don't need to worry about this one rolling off your shelf or rolling out of your car. They're sturdy.
You're going to make it.
I'll tell you what, kind of just want to tip the bottle.
It definitely smells like an apple pie.
It's delicious. I'm ready.
And we'll go from right to left.
Excited.
Pour, pour, and pour, or I'll let them two pour, then I'll pour mine last as well. Usually we do a empty pour or where you guys can see what we're pouring, but for me, it kind of looks clear, maybe a slight honey color to it, but other than that, mostly you're going to get that cinnamon apple color, which you're going to get is like a very light apple juice color is what I'm going to put it as.
I would say that I would agree with that wholeheartedly. Definitely like an apple cider, a nice kind of, it's not necessarily clear as it is opaque, but it is good. It looks beautiful. It's very amber, very, very pure.
We could easily finish this bottle right now, but we're going to save some for other people to try. This bottle's going to run you close. It's $36, so after tax, it's going to probably push you closer to about $40. But we'll see if it's worth the buy or not. Cheers.
Hey.
He said, hey. Oh. Wow. That's like as perfect cinnamon apple as you're going to ever hit.
You really do. It'll take you back to any time you've ever had a heaping scoop of apple crisp. And you got that cinnamon apple and its gooey texture, warm and poured onto your tray. You take that first pour. It is delicious.
And I feel like warm is the best way to enjoy this.
I honestly, I rarely go for the warm alcohol, but with a mead, you have that choice of mold, and I would take it with this one. It's not a bad thing. This is sat out all day. It's at room temperature.
I got it on Wednesday actually, so yeah, it's been sitting for a while.
It's good. It's really good.
It has a dry tartness to it, which is really good. You don't want something. I love like it's very weird to say like a moist drink to a dry drink, and this one leaves the palate a little dry. I think.
I would say as far as the apple taste is a little on the dry side, but I don't feel like it's too dry to enjoy regularly. This is something you can have as a summer treat. You put it inside, let it stay at about room temperature, a little bit cooler. You work outside and you come in. This is a nice cool liquid for you, very very treatful. Or something that you could mull in the wintertime and have as kind of a relaxer right before bed. You
That cinnamon replacement.
Yeah, kind of dessert this into the rest of your evening. What do you think, Ronnie?
Now the dry is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
The flavor is perfect. Like it's dry, but it makes you want more drink.
Mm-hmm.
The flavor is so good.
This is a bottle I could easily chug.
I mean, there's probably less than half left in the
It's not
bottle.
hot. It's warm.
So, and that's what's really good about it is I feel like this is one of those drinks. Apple and cinnamon go so well together, whether it's chilled, whether it's warm, that it's almost hard to mess up. But there are some companies out there that do royally mess up apple cinnamon. But I think they've done an amazing job with this. The fermentation process seems like it's sat for a while. They don't have an aging process on this, but I would say this isn't one of your lighter months. I would have to say that this one's probably a year or older.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of your other ones are roughly around 3 to 6 months, depending on how quickly they want to put out the process. But I want to say this one is over a year old, just by how smooth it is.
See, I really don't know how meat is aged.
We got to bring you to our friends at Moonjoy Meadery. That will be a good time for you. Yeah, honest.
I'm for it.
Moonjoy, we actually just bought another bottle of yours too, so
You're coming up soon.
you're going to be coming up
Got
soon.
you.
Yeah, we got a traditional bottle for you. We're going to be reviewing.
The thing that makes some of this special, obviously branding and the way they name things is important, but this does harken back to the time of the Norse mythology. Odin's skull has several different possible meanings here. Odin is considered the father of poetry, the father of meadery, the father of science and the Norse belief systems. But the skull could mean anything from his actual skull to even one of his giant foe's skull, whose body in the mythology was later created or condensed into an actual mead. And so the skull of the person that had the knowledge that Odin sought. This mead is something that you could easily sip upon while doing your studies.
100%.
Not going too far one way or another on that alcohol rush, but you could easily relax yourself, calm your mind, and maybe open yourself up more towards, I don't know, a little bit of godly understanding.
I found myself, I don't know if you guys realize this too. So there's a couple different stages when you go into drinking. Like, yeah, you could have 1 or 2 and you're fine, right?
True.
You could have 15 or more and you're done, right? But there's a very nice, happy medium along the line where you start getting into that, like, everybody's got that weird drunk person that gets philosophical on them. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But that's their point of...
Don't look at me.
That's their point of where they're comfortable, you know? They're comfortable
True.
with themselves and they're comfortable with what they're saying. 2 or 3 more drinks, it's going to change. But they're riding that line in between limbo of had enough, had too many, but they're comfortable.
Sure.
And I think that's where he's getting at, where a lot of people come up with the best things that they've learned, said, spoke, and is when they're in that limbo stage.
I feel like that's where I'm going towards. Being able to relax yourself will give you a greater potency towards reaching your goals or even finding or seeing things that you weren't expecting. So something that could relax you in a calm or cautious way versus like something aggressive, like a very high potency rum or Everclear.
Like running that 100 proof or higher, that 151, 131s,
Right.
you know, stuff like
Something
that.
that could ease you into it and was a good sip. Like
Yeah.
something flavorful like this is going to kind of hold your attention longer.
And what I like about these compared to like a regular wine is, yeah, you can go white wine, you can go red wine, sweet, semi-sweet, dry, very dry. I feel like mead runs a very like indifferent situation of taste, flavor, and complexity where wine could never compare to the wine of mead.
Yeah, well, typical wine. Well, a lot of wine in general, and feel free, Ronnie, please do include yourself.
Yeah.
But a lot of wine in general has to do with the ingredients. You can take the same ingredients across the board, which all we need is some sort of yeast, sugar, and water, and
They go from
make
grapes, we use
a
honey.
1,000 different outcomes. Mead is very characteristic of its water, of its sugar influence, and of its yeast influence. It's like any other wine. The people, the creators, the crafters at Dunk's Mjod have this so dialed in that they have such a fine array of maybe 7 different meads that are all hitting you in that potency of 19% that are just wonderful. But they range in what you can do with them, when you can drink them, when you should drink them or feel comfortable drinking them, and at what the temperatures are and almost the implications. And honestly, during a regular night, I would say that if I just were to carry a single bottle of Dunk's Mjod of any sort around and just sip on it, I would have a good chill night for the entire night. Whereas you could just have a cup of it and feel maybe inspired, relaxed to do things, or even to share with friends and family.
I agree. So my question is, because I've never heard of this brand before until I just recently seen it, and that's why I was like, I gotta buy it, I gotta try it. So, what other flavors, if you know any off the top of your head, that they have that maybe anybody that's watching can look for?
So I know for a fact, not only do we have the Odin skull, but we have the Viking's blood. And the Viking's blood is the quintessential mead. To me, is the quintessential mead. It is kind of a red. It's not very golden. It is delicious. Again, hitting you with that 19% by volume. It is slightly aggressive, or maybe even fully aggressive if you are expecting a casual night and drink too much of it. We have the
Also ceramic. Everything that they sell is ceramic made. It all comes down into the exact same bottle. This is it.
True, they all are. Even their beer, which they do offer a beer, yes, is ceramic. Now it has the pop top where you like push down and then the metal.
Ooh, okay.
The
You guys seen that when we done our Creekwater review
There you go.
by Yellow Wolf? It has that little clasp. It
That
pops the
hinge.
rubber cap off. Yeah, that's what that's got. That's what he's explaining there.
So I know we're talking about the drink. I admire the bottle too.
The
Like
bottle is
all the
brilliant.
symbolism on the bottle.
I go by
Yes.
stories. I don't buy a bottle that doesn't have a good
Yeah,
story.
but the symbolism on the bottle. You got the shield, you got the spear. Like, yeah, the skull with the horn helmet. I mean,
And specifically, the one eye.
yeah, there's not one out there.
Odin,
Even the
theologically,
ship, yeah.
historically,
Ship top.
Odin has one eye. His other eye was sacrificed among the ash tree of knowledge, the Yggdrasil, for knowledge. And the fact that they have even taken that into consideration is a huge homage to not only their history and their bloodlines, but like the world over. I mean, like the Norse influence is, I mean,
Like, even to the shield on the back of it.
yeah, it's indescribable how far they went. And I will say that the shield on the back of it
It's
has,
gnarly.
there is a Celtic symbol for the Vulcan nut, or the triangle that's never ending. It just feeds back into itself. And there is the more Norse, and it is, again, it's not like an ancient thing. It is, I'd say ancient, but it is a more newer and nuanced symbol version of it.
And if anybody's
It is-
curious, that's not necessarily more in the Norse. I was thinking of Sasuke's eye. Same gun.
I'm not above Naruto for this. But, I mean, you can't really see it from where I'm saying, but this is actually the tri-horn. And the tri-horn is the 3 different horns of mead that tie into each other in a Celtic symbol. Again, one of Odin's enemies, one of the Jotnar, was considered all-knowing, all-powerful. And he was slain by the gods. And in doing so, obviously the gods being separated from the giants, his family, specifically his daughter, took his blood and made 3 batches of mead. And these 3 batches of mead were said to contain his entire spectrum of knowledge. Through all the arts, the histories, the future foretellings, all the knowledge that this giant had contained within himself were to be contained within these 3 batches of mead. And Odin, being the knowledge-hungry person that he were, actually seduced the giantess, the daughter of this giant, and won the right to take a sip from each vat of mead. Being that he is one of the leaders of the gods in the tellings, he actually downed each quart of mead, or each vat of mead, in one single tilt, and some sort of treachery, and then used eagle feathers to fly away.
Known as the Odin
treachery.
sip.
It is what it is.
It's known as the Odin sip.
It
It is known as it is treachery. He Odin negotiated the bargain in his favor.
He did.
You call it what you want to.
He was smart with it.
Hey,
Hey, if you can
Odin's
go
my
behold,
God, like I said.
He's mine as well, and I'm not against this.
you can go
But it
behold
is, you
barrel.
have to call out what it is.
He ran them dirty. But as we wind this down, guys, hey, remember, we bias, you guys don't have to. We trash, you guys don't have to. And again, my friends are better than your friends because they do videos with me, even if they don't necessarily have to. Like Ronnie, this is his first
he's not
time.
wrong.
So,
He's not wrong.
It's true. Our family, our friends,
good times.
are better than
and you're
your
going to see
family
more
and
new
friends.
people. Tomorrow's going to be even new, better bottle because it is a gift from the man to my right here. And we're going to be introducing another person, Joe. You guys have not seen him yet.
Joe.
So, y'all are amazing. Remember, till later, till next time, till always, I'm Justin. Welcome to the channel. And I cannot wait to see you guys again for another brand new review. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. You know what it is. We post every single day. I'll catch you guys later.
Skål!
Go. Buy this meat.
Then bye.